Hey, Rumble World Entertainment, and is Andy Muschietti still directing Batman Brave and the Bold? Is Damian Wayne still going to be in this movie? Well, we've updates and conversations happening with this, and it's interesting because this comes hot on the heels of Andy Muschietti flat out blaming the fans for the failure of The Flash. But let's start off with the whole Brave and the Bold, because he's now talking. He got asked directly, hey, are you actually still directing Brave and the Bold? Now, this is while he was talking with Variety about it, Welcome to Derry, which I will be reviewing, seeing as I put the poll out, and the yeses won that. Plus, I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed it and it Chapter 2. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it sticks the landing. But Brave and the Bold, of course, is meant to be his next movie project anyway. So when he was asked directly by Variety, by the looks of it, hey, the Batman movie, are you actually still directing that? Because, of course, all those rumours, and you had John Roca out there and Jeff Snyder saying he absolutely isn't, he's gone, he's not attached to this thing. He said this: the intention is yes, but we can't talk about it. We have to wait a couple of months to start talking about it. I screwed it already. So he's quite clearly saying he is meant to be still directing it, but they can't talk about it as of yet. Now, why he can't talk about it, I don't know. So whether it's basically because he hasn't seen the script yet, could be what's happening there. Because we then had this saying recently, Gunn said that he likes where the Brave and the Bold script is, but cautioned that some things have changed. Plenty of things are in flux on what his situation is with his parentage and all that stuff. And when he was pushed on the comment and asked if Damian is still in the movie, he replied, I think you have to wait to see exactly what's happening. People can guess and maybe they'll be right about certain things. We'd have to screen test. We'd have to do the whole thing. And he later said of the casting of Bruce Wayne before adding, okay, I see what you're doing. 1923, blah, blah, blah. That's the stuff about the guy from that. So they're talking about the casting there. Now, with the parenting thing, I'm assuming he's talking about Damian there. And that's where the conversation flipped to, wait, is Damian Wayne not actually going to be in this movie? That's where that came from. I don't think he's talking about Bruce there. The way that was all worded, it doesn't lead up to it. But the fact that they're saying they're like where the script is now, that means they already have half a script. Which is also strange because James Gunn has flat out said he cannot crack Batman. That he's struggling to crack Batman. Now we know, or at least supposedly, there is another writer on this movie that for some reason James Gunn just will not say who it is, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would you not say that? But of course, this is all coming on the heels of Andy Muschietti blaming fans for the Flash movie bombing. And he was asked, obviously, about the failure of the Flash and, like, how did he feel about that? And this is what he said about that, saying, a lot of people did not see it. But you know how things are these days. People don't see things, but they like to talk shit about it. And they like to jump on bandwagons. They don't really know. People are angry for reasons that are unrelated to these things. Andy, let's put it into perspective. Even if they didn't see the movie, they could still talk about the movie for one gigantic elephant in the room, Ezra Miller. Because all the way up to leading to The Flash, even going into production, Ezra Miller was in the news, not for pleasant things. And then throughout the filming of The Flash, he was in the news for not pleasant things. And then after the movie was finished and you were editing it and stuff, he was in the news for not pleasant things. So people had the right to look at this freak being out there doing the crazy and horrible things he was doing to people and went, yeah, we're not supporting that. For the people who did see the movie, myself included, I hate to say it, you made an absolute dog shit movie. You couldn't be proud of it all you want. The fact of the matter is, the movie was a terrible movie. It was god-awful. It was horrendous. There was only 2 shining lights in that movie, and that was obviously Michael Keaton and Sasha Calais as Supergirl, who even in the trailer we were all looking at going, oh, I don't know about her. This doesn't look right. And she was great in the role, which even showed true when they announced she wasn't coming back in James Gunn's universe and people weren't happy. Or everything else, the structure of that movie, the visuals in that movie, half the action in that movie, the fact that you put not 1 but 2 Ezra Millers. By the end there was 3 Ezra Millers. And then all the other crap we were hearing about this thing. It was a disaster of a movie. That's not necessarily Andy Muschietti's fault. He directed it. I don't believe he wrote it. But he was kind of held down by the fact that you had to use Ezra Miller. Why did he have to use Ezra Miller? Because the studio refused to fire this guy for some reason. He should even been in Fantastic Beasts 3. That's when the whole thing started with Ezra Miller, when he choked out that pregnant woman in, where was it, Finland? And it was like, oh, it's okay. Video evidence and all, it's okay. We'll work with him. We love Ezra. Johnny Depp gets 1 accusation, get rid of him. Insane. So, to turn around now and try and say the fans are the reason it failed. No, a shit movie is why it failed. And that was one of the things that got everyone concerned when immediately, James Gunn went, he's directing Batman. And it's like, really? Are you, really? He just directed one of the biggest bombs for DC and you want to give him Batman. Okay, good luck with that. Problem is, as we've spoken about, Gunn has pushed Muschietti out of the story. So he has no input in the story. He will be the first to see the script, so we're told, but other than that, he's been pushed out. But clearly we're going to have to wait a couple of months before Andy Muschietti can really talk about it, so they're clearly waiting for the script to be finished, and maybe why he's saying we have to wait, and that the intention is yes, and we have to wait, is maybe it's the case of he has to wait to talk about it because he wants to see the script first, and the intentions is he wants to, but once he sees the script, is it the case of, this is terrible, I'm not directing this? Or could it be, this is fantastic, and then he comes out and starts talking about, I love this script, it's fantastic, can't wait to do it. We'll have to wait and see, but so far, the intention is to direct. James Gunn has talked about Damian Wayne possibly not being Damian Wayne and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see exactly what's happening with this movie. Again, it's interesting that Gunn is saying that what there is of the script so far he loves, when he's already said he can't crack Batman. So how's their script progressing? And if there is this other writer, why is he refusing to tell us who it is? It's all very interesting. But what do you guys think? Do you think Andy Muschietti will stay on board for this? Do you think Gunn can crack the character of Batman? And what do you think about Muschietti blaming the fans for the failure of The Flash? Let me know in the comments. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.